everybody, this is ToyWorld and I'm back with another third-party Transformers video review. This time I have ToyWorld's TW-T06 Sideload. He's also known as the Throttlebot Wideload, and you'll notice something a little different about him than the original. The original actually was a dump truck. This is actually an armored, like, kind of all-terrain vehicle, almost like a Hummer. I don't believe he is a Hummer. Some other kind of vehicle, but he is an armored vehicle. But he is a proper color. So, taking a look at the box right here real quick, you can see him in this little window. You notice that it is the larger box again, like Shinebug, where the normal boxes, they came up to about here, about that much up. And you can see the ToyWorld logo along with his name Sideload on here. And then you have him in his vehicle mode right here. Then you come around to the back, you have him in his robot and vehicle mode in the same picture. And then you have another picture of him in his robot form. And, you know, ToyWorld logo and don't feed Pac-Man cubes kind of thing. And that's normal for ToyWorld. 16 plus, no babies. So, as you can see, he comes with a couple of parts for the combiner. He actually comes with the head / shoulder assembly part, his gun, and then the two parts that connect the legs, actually. So, those are all in there with him. Alright, so there's Wideload out of the packaging, and in his alt mode, which is the way that he came. He does come with his Gatling gun type thing, and you can actually take that and store it up here. So, push down on that, and it fits in there pretty nicely. Like I said before, he comes with his little leg brackets, and there's one for that side, and then here's the other one. And those aren't very fancy, but I'm pretty sure a couple people would like to see the shoulder assembly with the head. So that's that. And you can see there's some pretty nice light piping in there. You have all this is just clear plastic on there. It is not a ball joint. It's actually two different joints. They have the joint for the head, which allows you to move it up and down, and then the joint to rotate, and that's actually very stiff. And then you have your shoulder mounts, which allow you to turn and then raise up and down. Very strong ratchets. And that's pretty much all I'm going to show off of that today. I will have that back later when the last piece comes out. So I'm going to go ahead and move those out. And I'll go ahead and set his weapon off to the side. And so he does roll fairly nice. The mold looks very good. It's very nice. The only thing that I don't really like about this guy is some of the swirling that's done in here. But that's basically the way that they poured it, and there's nothing really we can do about that. They poured it with this, and they used a glittery type of plastic in there, and it does the swirls whenever you do that. But even normal Hasbro stuff does swirl sometimes, so it's a little bit more prominent because of the glitter effect that they use on the vehicle. You know, you go underneath here, you can see some of his robot parts, and that's okay. Everything is either painted or molded out of like a plastic, like these tail lights are molded out of like a clear red, and this is actually molded out of a clear red. The headlights are molded, so it's really nice. They did the paint where they needed to, and actually went a little bit above that and molded some pieces. So. Alright, so for the part that I've kind of been dreading, this guy is a little bit of a pain, to say the least. I watched a couple people's videos. I went step by step on the instructions, trying to figure this thing out. for the instructions here, the instructions, they're, you know, not that many steps. There's like 27 right here, and then you get back here, and what they're saying, 33 steps pretty much to have them complete. 34 steps to have them complete. If you turn them around, it's 35. You know, I kind of worry about this guy a little bit, and I'll get into that in a little bit. He does have his little technical data card and such, so I'll show that off for you real quick. So to transform this guy, we'll start here where the instructions start, and you just want to kind of pull these apart and then kind of lift up. It's going to come apart right here too. And you'll notice it when you get it apart. It'll just kind of come up real easily. It's not hard to get that pulled apart and up. Then you'll just want to go back like that. And then we'll come down here and we'll focus on the legs. So the easiest way to do this is to kind of pull these kneecaps forward, and it unlocks this. And then you can just kind of take it, and you see right here, these are the knees. And the knees will kind of swing out. You see that? They're swinging out. And once you get to about there, then you can kind of twist them. And that's the legs. So flip the kneecap thing back up. Then you want to take the front part and pull these out like this. And just rotate it up to here. And it doesn't clip into anything, so you just keep it up there. Let's go ahead and pull these apart real quick. And they'll pop off sometimes because it's a ball joint right here. You come down here and you want to pull these out, and these become the feet, and they don't clip into anything. They just kind of lay right there, and that's your feet for you. I wish they would have had some way to lock in on the front or something. I don't really know. There we go. I just wish there was something else that they would have done with the feet, that they would have added with the feet. Some people complain of it being loose. Mine's a little loose on this. There's a little bit of play on it, but I don't have the looseness at these parts right here. These are nice and snug, and they're really strong. So the only problem that I really have is you kind of have to keep his legs together, because the clips are either way too far apart or kind of close together. So normally I'll just keep the legs close together. Alright, so next part you want to come to is the backpack part. And this isn't real hard. A lot of people kind of make it a little bit more complicated than it actually is. I actually had this figured out before I watched any of the reviews. So, you know, what you want to do is you want to take this and you want to flip these down first. That's the first thing you want to do. Then either side, it doesn't matter which side you do it on. You could do it with either side. You just need to take one of these and pull it apart. So I'll just go ahead and pull this side apart. Okay, that's pulled apart. So you want to flip this under and then take it and then push it down like that. And then for the other side, you just want to take and flip it down. I think we actually want to go underneath like that. And then this one, you just want to flip like that. And we'll tuck that underneath. No, don't tuck that underneath. We'll leave it like this. And then you want to take this and you want to rotate this under like this. And there's actually two joints right here. First time you do it, this part's going to be a little stiff, so you want to push that down and then go like that. And then you have basically that. Oops, I'm sorry, I forgot some parts. I forgot to lift those tabs back up. So, like I was saying with those tabs, this tab right here, you want to lift up this at that point, and then when you go here, then you want to lift this one up, and it'll just barely fit. Alright. So then with that up, push that back down, flip that up, and then you have, it's all nice and neat, folded up for you, you know. Then you want to come up to here, and this is where things get a little, I'll just say outrageous, because it really is. These panels right here are pains in the butts. I really wish they would have made it where you could have just popped them off and then popped them right back on. It would make your life so much simpler. But for some reason they decided they wanted to go and actually rivet them in. And so number one, they're in the way for transformation. And then number two, you're afraid that you're going to pop it off and potentially break it beyond the point of being able to fix it. So, you know, those are the issues that you deal with this. All right, so I'll try to go through this real quick. Hopefully you can figure this out. Well, first of all, what you want to do is you want to flip this around. So you want to have this in the front. And then you want to take this, untab this, and just kind of lower it down for a little bit. And you see right here, you want to pull this down. But then you want to also take this and pull this forward. See, when you pull this forward, it's on a double hinge. It lifts that up, and then it allows you to drop that down. So you have that. When you flip this up, flip the head up, and you want to rotate it around. And then, for this piece, I find it easier to actually go and have it right here. And you can see inside here, let me see if I can get it, there is a tab right in here. I don't know if you can see that in there. You can see the blue piece right there, and then the blue piece right there along the edge. You want to take and hold and flip it forward. See, there's the tab right there. And see how that rotates around, and then it locks into place. Unlocks. And you rotate it, and then once you have that like that, and you can rotate this around and flip the wheel underneath here. So let me show you this once more on this side. Let's see if I can get this in. So flip that around, go underneath here. Hopefully you saw that. That was something that I had a little bit of issue with, that I actually had to look at somebody else's review. This is the part that I had to go to start looking at other reviews to figure it out, because I couldn't figure out how to drop that down. It just says 90 degree on the instructions, and it's like, what 90 degree? See, look, you look at it, right here, 90 degree, and then it shows you flipping it underneath here. And when I saw that the first time, I about like shit myself. I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm going to break it. And so once you have that all set, you want to take this. This is when it starts getting a little hairy. So you want to pull these up right here. And then you want to take, and see how already I'm already dreading this. This one right here, it pops off for some reason. This one right here does not. I think I kind of know why. This rivet is almost the same size as the head of the rivet is almost the same size as the post, so it just slides off. No, actually, that's not the one. This is the one that has the stress mark on it that was there when I bought it. It's this one right here that pops off. I thought it was broke originally, because you can see the swirl mark. Right, there's a swirl mark in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like a crack. See the swirl mark right there? There. You can see it in the light. I thought it was a crack at first, but it's not. The rivet's actually almost exactly the same size as the post. So this one will actually pop off. And I'll show it a little bit later, because it'll probably just pop off with me just trying to flip these arms out. Okay, so you want to take and rotate these bad boys up. See, and you'll see that these start spinning around. And when you get those out, then you want to take and kind of accordion out these arms. Let's see. Alright, so those are accordioned out. lower that back down. Alright, so then what we want to do is we have this and it says rotate this 90 degrees. So to rotate this 90 degrees, you got to go like that. Alright, following me here? 90 degrees. And this is going to pop off, see? It doesn't take much pressure for this to pop off, but it pops right back on. And you can see there's a swirl mark there, but it's not actually a crack, I don't think. I looked at the Bolt Matrix video, and his did the exact same one for the same panel. So at least it makes it a little bit easier because I can just pop off this panel and not have to worry about moving it around and such. So I'll just move this one to where I need to move it to. Just to get it out of the way for right now, and then I'll mess around with it later. Alright, so once that's like that, then you want to take and rotate this portion like this, and then you want to take and rotate this arm around like that. Actually, I'm going to do it at a different angle just so you can see this a little bit better, hopefully. Do this at a higher angle. Alright, so that like that. And it says to push this back down, but it doesn't really go that way. So I don't know, it's really weird. So you go like that, and then you want to flip this down, but as you're flipping this down, you want to rotate this stuff up, like that. And then once you rotate that, then you can start kind of taking this and start going up on it, because you have to rotate this piece around this one. What are you getting stuck on right now? What was this? Oh, this is supposed to rotate. This is supposed to rotate this away, but it's getting stuck on this panel right here. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, that. Dad, I did this. I've done this twice. God damn it, guys, come on. What are you getting stuck on now? Okay, you're still getting stuck on that. Okay. Last time I did this, I just went like I swear to God, I went like this. You see then why this is so you can't just bend this bitch off either, and it's very frustrating. Okay. Felt Matrix made this shit look so easy. Sorry, excuse my French. It's just, this thing pisses me off so much. Okay. Is that it? Okay. I think I got it. Come on. There we go. Come on. Go around. Go around. There we go. Okay, so that's where it needs to be. I swear I probably didn't do that right. Oh well, it's where it needs to be. And there's no okay, go like that, and then go like that, and then this has to go, come on, there we go, that goes down, and that sits like that, and then this clamps into there, and then you just take that. Hopefully everything all of that was in frame, because if it wasn't, yeah, then my apologies. So it's a pain in the butt, and you just have to fiddle around with it until you eventually get it. You take this, twist this, fist, you flip that back like that, that covers up that piece. Take this out, flip that out, and if you twist the fist a little bit, it won't pop back in. Whatever. So to get this to where it needs to be, that needs to be there. This needs to, okay, oh, there, needs to be around it this way. Here, flip this like that, flip this up, flip this around. Okay, and then this right here, see there's a tab and then there's a hole right there. You just want to tab that into there. Okay, so once that's tabbed together, then once again we want to take this panel, cover up that, flip it around, flip out the hand, twist it a little bit, rotate that down. Alright, so we're going to take the panel that popped off, open that a little bit, pop it right back on, close it like that. Alright, so that's the hard part. So hopefully one or more of your panels, or one or both of your panels pop off, just to make it easier, because my second panel will not pop off for anything. Just this one panel right here on the right hand side. I don't know what side that is in vehicle mode, but it definitely does pop off right there. So okay. All right, so for the front part, you want to take these. See these two pegs right here? There's two holes in the orange section, right here, and then right here, and then these two holes, this right here, and that. Okay, why are you being a little punk now? Okay. Alright, so that locks everything in. That locks the shoulders in, that locks this in. Then you want to come to this part right here. Freaking legs are being stupid. I don't know if it's his, no, it's his feet. His feet are being stupid. That's what it is. Okay, so now you want to take this, you want to flip this up, flip this down, flip this around, and then you take these two pieces right here and tab them into those holes right there. And it sounds easier than it actually is because they have to go in perfectly or they won't go in, they'll just bend. So usually what I'll do is I'll put right in and then that. Wow, why aren't you? You weren't giving me this problem last time. Why are you doing this time? Okay, make sure all this stuff is pushed in as well as it can be. For some reason, it's giving me a little problem. Okay. Okay. You know what? That's why they show that on there. This is actually supposed to go inside here. God dang it. Okay. I never did that originally. Okay, so let me pop this apart. That's why everybody was having issues with that stuff. Okay, I got it. I got it now. I got it now. I didn't do it originally the first time, but I noticed what's going on now. You want to flip these like this. You want to take that, pop that in like that, and then you want to take and then drop these back so that that portion is behind here, so that you don't have all that accordion onto here. And messing with the backpack. So we gotta take this back and replug this back in. That's why all those people were having the issues with the backpacks not staying on, because they weren't transforming it right. Okay, so then once that's like that, then let me get this in frame. Come on. Okay. Okay. Alright. So backpack's now hooked on. Alright, life seems to be good again. So that's what the issue was with everybody having problems with the backpacks. They push the backpacks on and it would pop off. It's because they didn't have that part accordioned into here, because before you fold these together you have to push that in and then fold them together. Alright, so that makes sense now. Alright, so now let me get this all fixed up. So basically now here's Sideloader in his robot form. So if you transform him right, then you're not going to have problems with the backpack and stuff falling off. That's not an issue. I hardly have any issues with his legs. His hands, I've never really had that much of an issue with them popping back in. If you twist them just a little bit, then they'll stay. His gun, though, on the other hand, this is a little small for the hole, and he will drop it. It's very, very loose, so you can see that. But I only ever really have problems with him holding it if I go like that. So but I believe it's just a handle. The way they molded that handle, that makes it real loose for him. Other than that, articulation, a lot of people were complaining about his head being really loose. Mine's not wobbly like everybody else's is. It is a little loose, but it doesn't wobble around. Let's see, the gun flew out of his hand. Before the head started wobbling around, I've seen some people sit there and shake it, and the head just goes, you know, but a little bit of clear fingernail polish or whatever you use will fix that right up, so you don't have to really worry about that too much. For his arms, there's basically two different joints that it uses. It uses a ratcheting joint that goes forward and back, but it gets hindered because of this. If you want to move it out, then it's actually this joint right here. There's nothing in the arm right here or anything. He does have an elbow joint, and then you come down here to the wrist, it does swivel, and then you come down here to the waist, and you can swivel at the waist. Then the hips are on two different ratcheting joints, so you have the forward and back ratcheting joints, and then you have an out to the side ratcheting joint. So you see you have those two different joints, and then you have your knee like that, which the only thing is I wish it would lock into place somehow, this part right here, because this, as you saw whenever I moved it down, it tried to collapse the leg. So, and then this right here with the foot, kind of, I guess you could call them pedestals, they like to flip back real easily. So you have to kind of watch out for those. But there's all kinds of, because it's on a ball joint right here, this is on a ball joint. If it does pop off, you can just pop them right back on. So, other than the transformation, I think this figure looks really nice. I like that deep blue color with the orange. I think it looks really nice. His head sculpt, I think it looks cool. The only part that I kind of get a strange look at or strange feeling about is since it's made out of, or since they painted it with a very shiny silver color, the front part right here, sometimes this part right here, it makes it look like there's a mustache on him, but it's just because the blue's reflecting off of it, and that's why it looks like there's a mustache. If you go like that, then you don't see it, see? So, but it looks like there's a mustache there just because of how it was sculpted, and then the paint that they chose to use. So it looks a little off sometimes. Other than that, you know, the plastic feels really solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to break. You saw how much I was stressing on that joint with this piece right here, and it didn't break, it didn't pop off. I've done it a few times already. Each time I was kind of scared, but you know, now I'm kind of forcing it and not really wondering if it's going to break or not, because I'm pretty secure in it. I probably won't be transforming it that many more times just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a fairly strong joint, so you shouldn't have many problems with it. Don't be too afraid of it, but just like anything third party, do be aware. So looking good, man, looking good. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude my review of ToyWorld TW-T06 Sideload. I will have pictures up on Twitter of him in his combined mode with the pieces that I have right now. Once I get that last piece in, then I'll go ahead and do a review on that piece, and then a combined review, just showing how to merge them all together. So if you did enjoy this video, please click the like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. This has been Tempe, and I'll see you next time.